In beautiful Utah. My name is Dave Kurtz. I'll be joined on this broadcast by Rasty McGibbon. We are out here in Game 5 of the pool play of the ACHA Division 2 National Championships. We got lots of scores to let you know about. But before we get started, we want to let you know about what's coming up on this game, where we've got a pool matchup with the number 1 seed out of the Northeast, William Paterson Pioneers, and the number 4 seed out of the West, the Boise State Broncos. I was able to sit down and talk to both coaches, and we'll listen to them now, starting out with head coach for William Paterson, Joe Balance. I'm here with the head coach of William Paterson, Joe Balance. And Joe, once again, congratulations on making it to the Nationals.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Good to be here, and good seeing you again.
Yeah, it seems like every year we're having this conversation. You guys coming in, 1 seed out of the Northeast. Have to be happy how your season went.
Yeah, I thought we had a good regular season, competed pretty well in the playoffs, and now it's, again, into the national tournament. We have to be at our best, and, the seeds go out the window now, and you just have to be the better team each and every night.
All right, you're going up as the one, there's some pressure on you. Number one has fallen today in Arizona State, but you're taking on a team in Boise State, first time ever being here. What are some things that you're going to look to try to do for your team to get ready for the first game?
We just, tell our guys that, we have a lot of guys that have been in this spot before, and, we need to utilize our experience and not be over emotional and uncharacteristic in game one, just play on the big ice, be patient, let plays come to you defensively, and, we're going to look to really possess the puck today and use our speed and skill and try to dictate the pace and, get on them early and make them play, with emotion and maybe give them a little jittery inexperience here.
All right, what's the biggest thing for a team who, I've been asking with the East Coast teams mostly, coming out here and knowing that you're going to be playing on the larger ice and at altitude?
Yeah, I think it's definitely an adjustment. We tried our best back at home to prepare, off-ice workouts to try to replicate this situation, but it's hard to do until you're out here. As far as the big sheet, we've played on Olympic-sized sheet 3 or 4 times this year, so we have some experience there, and I think our schedule throughout the season has been a pretty solid schedule to prepare us for this point, so we're just looking to keep the season going.
All right, thank you very much, Joe, and we'll see you during the game.
Thanks, appreciate it. Yep.
That was the head coach of William Paterson, Joe Balance. Now for an interview with the head coach of Boise State, Cal Ingram. The head coach of Boise State, Cal Ingram, and first of all, Coach, congratulations on making it to the Nationals.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a good last couple of years for us. We're happy to have made this step, and hopefully it's something that we can we'll play well this weekend and build on it moving forward.
All right, talk to me a little bit about the your season. We into the regionals, got moving through there, had some crazy times at that regional, and making it here.
Yeah, I mean we played well this year. Had a real good regular season. Lost I think only 3 games, and went to regionals and again played well, and then held that nail biter with Utah State and went for however many overtimes it went, but it was a great game both ways, and like I say, we're happy to be here and hoping to build on this for our future.
All right, well now being this be the first time here, what are some things that you've been trying to work with and tell your boys going into this game?
Well, I mean it's I know it's the Nationals and a bigger stage, and really just got to come out and almost think of it as another game and go out and play and not play tight and have some fun, enjoy the experience, and play as good as we can.
All right, for people that have watched the Nationals in the past, and this is the first time getting to look at you, who are some names and numbers we need to be looking for?
Well, my first line's definitely done most of our scoring this year. 14, 37, and 61. And some good D, 13, 52, 57 with some of our better players. So hopefully they can have a big weekend and get some pucks in the net.
All right, Coach. Well, best of luck to you, and talk to you during the game.
All right, thanks a lot.
Hey, man. All right, folks, that was the head coaches for both William Paterson and Boise State. Got about 2.5 minutes left in the warm-up here. I want to give you some scores from around the ACHA National Championships. Earlier today, Pool A featured number 4 Michigan State upsetting number 1 ASU 6-5 in the game. The rest now were able to call, and at one point in time, Michigan State was down 4-1 and 5-2, and they came storming back, eventually winning that game 6-5. On the other game in the pool, saw Montclair State take it to number 3 Toledo 7-1. And so after day one, Pool A sees the number 4 seed Michigan State Spartans and the number 2 seed Montclair State Redhawks at the top of that. And then on the game before this one on this rink, we had a Pool B matchup featuring the number 3 seed NYU taking out the NAU Ice Jacks, the number 2 seed out of the West, 3-1. Currently over on the other rink with less than 10 minutes to go. Liberty at last check was up 2-1 on Grand Valley, which would be another 4-1 upset brewing in that. So Rusty, as you join me here, we have the last or one of the next kind of round of 1 versus 4 as this game starts, and then an hour later, FGCU, the national runner-up from last year, takes to the ice against Northeastern. But what are some things that we want to look for in this game?
Well, I think from what we have seen so far, it's a very simplistic offense that has been successful, and that's shoot the puck. I think we've seen some tentative play throughout the day, and teams that shoot the puck, even if it's on the highest percentage shot, seem to have fared better. I think, obviously for both teams, they're going to come out somewhat tentative and try to feel each other out. But if I would say, just to highlight 2 or 3 things, shooting the puck is very important. I mean, even low percentage shots. The one that I think really acted like the spark plug for Michigan State to get back in that game was a shot right along the goal line from the sideboards. It actually creamed off 2 sets of feet and went in, and Michigan State just did not stop after that, winning the game very late in the third period on a goal and going on 6-5. So I think that's one thing. I think the second thing, transitioning out of your own defensive zone, is very key. And if you can't get the transitions going off the glass and out, keeping your zone clear, and even if you're spending most of the time in the neutral ice area, there's no problem with that. And I think the other thing is stick with your game plan, and that's a great thing. It's a 60-minute game. Chip away at it, and stick to what has made you successful and brought you here.
For William Paterson, they come in as the number 1 seed out of the Northeast. They got here on auto bid. Versus national teams this year, they're 500. They went 2-2. Head coached by Joe Bowens, assisted by Taylor Berkowitz and Ian Michalchuk. Guys we'll be looking for today are number 20, Kyle Galasco. He had over 71 points on the year on 33 goals and 38 assists. And number 18, Richard Polly, with 19 goals and 39 assists. In net for William Paterson will be number 33, Gary Schopler. He played 17 games, putting up an impressive 14-3 record with only 2.16 goals against and saved just under 93% of the shots that he faced. For Boise State, they came in as the number 4 seed out of the West. They were the 4th seed in the regionals. They beat the number 9 seed Weber State 4-2. And then in a thrilling 7 overtime game versus the number 6 seed.
Was it really 7 overtime?
Well, it wasn't really.
Oh.
It was like...
It sounds good, though.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
They kept going 5 instead of 20. But which is against number 6 Utah State. They won that game 2-1. They actually come in one of the few teams that comes in with a winning record against national teams. They come in with a 2-1 record. They're head coached by Cal Ingram and assisted by Corey Scoran. right, the national anthems are done. We're about ready to get on here with hockey. William Paterson, the higher seed, will be in their home whites with orange and black trim, black numbers. For Boise State, they will be in their blue
road.
Yeah, the road. But I'm not sure kind of blue you want to call that, but they're
it's a royal blue.
Royal blue, and they're orange with blue numbers and white outlines. Every time I see them, I just keep thinking of Boise State's blue football field.
Oh, are they the ones with the blue football?
Yeah, they're the ones with the blue football field.
The blue grass.
Yes.
I thought that was only in Kentucky, but that's a different subject. Okay.
So starting in, I do not have the number of who is currently playing on Sargo, Rod White, who I do not have any stats for. I believe he must be has not played many games this year, but he is starting in this big game, and we're underway. William Paterson wins the faceoff and controls the puck, being brought up by Carboni. He'll throw it up and have it go sailing up into the netting. So already we're underway. We got our first kind of semi-shot there, and we'll get our faceoff down by White.
And for Boise State, I'm sure they have not experienced some of these teams in the East. They got to stick to their game plan. They obviously really struggled out along when if they went, however many, 2 or 3 real overtime, 7, 5 minutes. And so they're just going to have to play their game plan and stay out of the box, just like William Paterson.
Oh, big hit there, late at the line. Wow. And William Paterson likes to be physical, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that here today. As the puck is inside the William Paterson zone, coming out, bringing it up now is Larcote. Pushed in deeper, right along the boards on the near side. Boise State trying to get it out, finally is able to chip it out a little bit. That's brought out by Taylor. And here's a shot and score by William Paterson. Looked like number 4 was able to tip it in. We'll check the stats on that, but if that is, that's Ryan Ertman. So quickly, William Paterson's up. We've had a couple scoring. It looks like we've had a couple scores from the other side, as now Grand Valley has taken the lead on Liberty 3-2. They were up 2-1 at the media timeout was Liberty, and so they've given up 2 goals in the last 4 minutes of the game.
There's about 5.5 left in that one.
So William Paterson up here early. Here's a puck. This one's thrown, sails wide of White. It's going to come right back up to the top. Whitford has it. Whitford cycles it back down low, allows Karp to get it, pinching in from the point. They're able to get it in deeper. Karp has it now. Karp cycling around now, trying to get it back up. Here's a shot by Ertman. Hits off of a Boise State jersey, and they were able to clear the puck out. Now they're going to cycle it back down, going deeper into the zone, trying to look for some help, trying to get support. Now it's going to be brought up, held onto, and then dumped in by Rusty Costello. Puck being fought around here in the Pioneer zone. Coming out with it is William Paterson, stepping over the blue line and going for a change. Chasing it in down there will be Walsh. Walsh gets hit, trying to hold on to the puck. A little help there applied by Hergsman-Schmeimer. Stepping in now. Look, the refs say play on. That was by West. Now come back at West, trying to fight and get it back. Chasing it down there is Cap. Cap's got a little bit of time as the Broncos go for a change. Now behind the net, passing it back and forth with his D partner, Sala. Long pass up, tipped over, and this should go down. Nope, they're going to wave off icing. Chasing it in there is Chapman. Chapman back around to his D partner, stepping up right above the circles. Now back over to Chapman. Seems like that early on the Broncos having some trouble with their breakout, finding some puck support. So this puck is going to be hit by Sala, tipped in, and goes in deeper and chased into the corner. Puck now cycling around by Sabato. Stepping through, trying for a shot. This one shot comes up on White. He's able to kind of chest it down.
And I'm not really seeing the organization by the Broncos, I think, or the sense of urgency. And maybe it's more the sense of urgency. But, if I came in here as a number 4 and I was playing any number 1, it's from a record standpoint kind of a David Goliath matchup. That's what these are the first day, right? And the urgency to get the puck out of their own zone, they're going to get burned all night long if they don't actually really make that something that is a huge priority for them.
So Boise State trying to get it out now. Pioneers step up. Here's an opportunity as it's backhanded in by Papadopoulos. Coming up with it now is Stafford. Sanford has it. He steps through, trying to get it through, and it hits off the outside of the cage. It goes into the corner, bringing it out now and trying to look for an outlet pass are the Pioneers. Stepping up and coming up is Bob. Bob there just going to dump it in. William Paterson doing a good job early here, just dumping the puck in, going for changes, keeping their shifts short. Sanford passes it across ice. Played off hard there by Lang. Lang up now to Papadopoulos. He has a little drop pass shot. This one sails, hits off of the shin of a defender, and knocking it down and knocking the net off was White. So we'll get a face-off inside the Broncos zone.
And the Broncos, so far through the first 4 minutes of this, have relied very heavily on their goaltender. Shots are recorded as 1-0 in favor of William Paterson, but I think it's a little bit heavier in favor of William Paterson.
Puck being fought around behind the net, trying to dig it out is Willie P. A little shout out there to how Brett calls him sometimes.
Willie P.
Willie P.
Sounds like somebody you met at a flea market when you say it like that. It's terrible.
Holding it in there, bringing it in is Whitford. Whitford has it, loses it against the dasher boards, trying to dig it out there as he had some trouble as he throws it in front. White kind of directs it back in. Right now they're swinging around. High slot shot. This one hits off a shin pad. Good block there by Bronco. Trying to dig it out, but not able to come out with it. Look, Broncos a little bit undersized here, we've seen, compared to some of the William Paterson
There's some
players.
of the smaller Broncos we've seen.
Boise State has it, stepping over, finally able to clear the zone. Now they'll bring it with a little bit of speed. Stepping over is Sanford. Sanford drops the back. Here's a shot. This one comes right onto the goaltender. He's able to turn it away.
They got credit for that shot, too.
Good play there by Shopler. That is the first shot of the game for Boise State. Oh, there we go. Our first penalty of the game is coming in pretty hard from behind. Looked like number 14, Justin Vadine. And it looks like he's going to get hit for either checking from behind or boarding. We'll see what the referee says.
And I'll tell you something. Right here, with a quarter of the first period gone, every aspect of the game, Boise State, it's like they're in jet lag, even though they're actually closer to this venue than William Paterson. They've got to wake up, and more importantly, they got to stay out of the box. Otherwise, William Paterson is going to exploit every weakness that you've had for 5 generations.
All right, so with 14:31 left to go here in the first period, William Paterson will go on their first power play. Bringing it up, stepping over, getting a dump there, and that'll allow them to knock it all the way back down. Broncos are setting up as they make a change. Just kind of a light forecheck being applied here as William Paterson will bring it up. Picked up there by Walsh. Walsh will dump it in, be topped back out. Solid's going to have to go chase it down for William Paterson. He'll take it around behind the net and hold on to it. Wait for the team to change as they're going to their second unit. 1:11 left to go in the power play. Cross-ice pass picked up there by Galasco. Over now, played there by Licardi. Now playing around a lot at the blue line, but they were finally able to get it inside the zone as a unit. Going across now, here's a shot. This one goes right on White, and he's able to hold it as he had some guys in front of him as Garlasco was all over him.
So as I talked about before the game, an important thing is you need to get shots on net. The second thing is to get traffic, and William Paterson doing an excellent job. A little bit of messing around there in the neutral zone area before they got in the Boise State defensive zone. But you need to get it in, get set up, and then just get some shots left with them with 51 seconds left in this power play opportunity.
So face-off won by Kincaid. He's going to throw it all the way back down. Played back there by Licardi. 39 seconds left to go in the power play for William Paterson. Already up 1-0 in this game. Only 2 shots for William Paterson, 1 for Boise State. So there hasn't been a lot of shots here so far in the game, but right now Only one was needed for William Paterson to be up 1-0. Stepping over, looking to try to get it in. Was number 37, James Karp. Now brings up to the top to Garlasco. Intercepted there. Here's a chance. 2-1 coming back for Sanford. He's got a guy leading. Saucer pass. Throws it. Can't control it as the net was knocked off, and we'll get a stoppage of play. Not sure that's what you want to be doing there. I think you look for a shot, maybe low on the outside, let the other guy skate into the rebound if there is one.
I would have, and again, hindsight's 20/20, and not that I'm the guru of 2-on-1s, but I would have looked off my man on the weak side, and then maybe release the shot, because you had the defender split, and I think I would have put the shot on net as opposed to giving him a 4-foot off the ice saucer pass that he's supposed to be able to handle.
Penalty's over now, so we're back to 5-on-5 action. William Paterson skating up with it. Velasco goes 1-on-5 and actually gets a shot that goes over the top of White and coming up to the half boards. Bringing it out now is Reed. Reed bats it out of the air, knocks it in. Gets in deeper. Boise State backing off a little bit is now Simone. Puts it up there to Cap. Cap watches his pass to Palais. Hop over his stick. They're coming back in. Again is Simone. Simone looks for the shot. This one's tipped off at the last second by Lucas Nakaya Heidi.
Let's see that one.
Little hyphenated name there.
Nakaya Heidi. I'd go Heidi, but yeah. So, I mean, shots not what I would have expected through the first 8 minutes of this game, with William Paterson only up 2-1. I don't, and not to take away from the people that are taking care of the shots, but it maybe a little more in their favor. But Broncos just need to get some spark. They look flat. I mean, like they're getting beat in their own end on getting beat to the puck. So we hope if you're a Broncos fan listening at home, they get things turned around.
Simone has it. Behind the back now, we'll go back up to the top there where Cap has it. He looks to try to get a shot. This shot's knocked down. The Broncos trying to get it out. Dumped in by Sala again. Chasing it around behind the back is the Broncos defenseman. Now throws it back up. This one's going to go down for icing, as it looks like the Broncos are going to get stuck out there again, as they were just trying to release the pressure, and unfortunately for them, it went down to the other side. And we do have an update. Liberty has tied the score with 17 seconds left to go. Now 12 seconds left to go in the third period. So it looks like the way the puck's going down there, we're going to have overtime. Our first overtime game of the tournament.
And that's a David Goliath 4-1 matchup as well, right?
Yeah, but Liberty does have some history. Last year they knocked off Grand Valley on day one of the pool play as a 4 seed against a 1 seed. So, in fact, Liberty had a chance to advance to the semifinals on day 3, but they just couldn't beat the eventual national champions, University of New Hampshire. Puck being played D to D now. Tried to look for an outlet pass, able to hit it there by Cathin. Cathin just kind of makes a little slide pass and gets it back. Shot kind of flutters in, and Schoppler will glove it, and we'll get a stoppage here with 10:34 left to go in the first period.
So I think for William Paterson, I think if I were the coaching staff, Joe Ballance, I would like them to even up the intensity just a little bit. And sometimes you kind of play into the tempo of the game, but I think they need to, to pounce on them hard and quick now while they're still in this daze or jet lag, if you will, and go ahead and get the nail in the coffin here very early on. If you're a Broncos fan, these guys got to wake up and really just turn the intensity up about 3 or 4 notches.
Puck played back up to the point. Shot. This one comes all the way in on Schoppler, and he had a guy screening him in front. That was a good play there by, I believe, number 17, Brad Reed, who was providing the partial screen.
No, and that's exactly what you need. Good play there by the centerman, as he was able to play it up the far boards, back to the point, and through traffic, they got it, and they got a scoring opportunity. And that's what they got to do. win some battles in their own end and just keep it from the point.
Face-off won by Boise State, but they couldn't hold the zone, so that's going to force them to clear it and allow William Paterson to clean it out, as this puck's going to go down as the tipped off, so no icing. Played by Kincaid. Now being fought over, held in by William Paterson, wrapping it around as Papadopoulos. He throws it in front, 0-1 home, was a Bronco, and so they'll be able to clear the zone. Skating up, trying to get it in, clearing right to the blue line, gets rubbed along the William Paterson bench, but it does get into the WPU zone. Here's a chance in front, kind of tipped off the end of the stick. Not as much power as he really wanted. Kincaid's able to hold it in for Boise State. Cycling it around down here below the goal line, coming up and trying to make something happen is Sanford. He loses the puck, and William Paterson will bring it back out. Looking for the long headman pass, swiped and missed it, so he's just going to hold on to it. Is Papadopoulos. He'll go cross-iced up. Chasing it is Galasco. Boise State able to dig it out, now backhanded it outside the zone to be able to clear the pressure as they're going to go for a change. Held on to and brought up by Carboni. Carboni fires it over to Sala. Sala trying to buy some time as his teammates were changing behind the play, plays it off the boards behind the net. Now brought out and allows the Pioneers to clear the zone. Tipped in by Ramirez. He's going to go chase it down. Kincaid's going to meet him there. They're going to fight over that, try to dig it out. Coming in to help out is number 47, Jared Hermsheimer.
You're doing great on the names this year, David.
Trying to.
Holy moly.
I keep getting thrown off because I see what I think is names on the back of jerseys, but it just said they're all Broncos on the back.
Yeah. Well, just use the first name and then the last name.
All right, here's a chance for William Paterson coming in. Here's a shot. Oh, and he ripped it right underneath the glove. Number 19, Mark Papadopoulos, shot it low glove side, and White was able to get about a quarter of it, but he couldn't stop the momentum, and it finds the back of the net. And William Paterson is up 2-0.
And again, if you're a William Paterson fan, that's what you want to see. You want to see him jumping on those odd man rushes. They came down that one, a one-on-one opportunity, and really, as we talked about before the game, they just took the shot. They didn't try to do anything fancy. They put the puck on net, and good things happen. If you're a Broncos fan, you got to give them the smelling salts or something and wake them up, crank up the intensity, and get these guys skating. I mean, they came through regionals, which is hard for any team in any region. So we know they can play. Just wake them up and get them going.
So William Paterson dumps it in, chasing it down there is Simone. Simone dipsy-doos through. Here's a shot right in front. White stops it. Now it's pulled out by BSU. Trying to get it out. They do clear the zone, forcing William Paterson to wait on it. They're just going to soft dump it in and allow their guys to change and clear. Now up to the half boards, looking to try to skate it up there are the Broncos. They're going to dump it in, chasing it down there, trying to get in is number 57, Drew Punnett. Miller passes it along, trying to dig it out, but again, they cannot get consistent pressure inside the zone, Rasty, as it's one down and they come back. Here comes William Paterson again, shot right up into the chest of White. Oh, it gets up underneath him, hits off the post as it fell up from the Bronco crest down onto the ice, and then they shot it 5-hole on him and hit off the far post and out. So with 7:15 left to go here in the first period, we're seeing it fast and furious.
I think if I were Carl Ingram, what I would really want to do for the end of this first period, nice shot there by the Broncos as they were able to gain the zone. Goaltender down, still looking for it. And William Paterson bringing it back up as they gain the red line. They're going to dump it in and look for a change. Skating back for the Broncos, picking up number 2, and William Paterson takes it off from along the goal line there on the far boards. But if you're the Broncos for the last minute and a half of this period, I would put out my power play unit and just try to get something going. I would really do anything to try to just get a little spark going.
So William Paterson fighting for it, trying to get themselves the 3-goal lead. BSU trying to come out, finally clear the zone with some speed. Sanford has it. Sanford will throw it in on goal. It'll go into the corner. Shopler having to face 5 shots so far. Only really 1, maybe 2 were considered difficult. Most of them are just ones that you would expect the goaltender at this stage to be able to turn away things from deep in the zone. Here's a tap in front, banging around, guys banging White able to come up with it as Robert Peacock was standing right on the doorstep trying to knock it in. And we are going to get our media timeout at 5:56. We had a fairly long sustained play there, but we'll take a timeout as well here on the ice. It is 2-0 here in Utah.
Yeah. I would just like to say thanks very much to the technical crew. They've been working hard all day to get this sound fixed, and from the reports we're getting from people in Albany, we got a good feed out. So thanks to everybody. You guys have worked very hard to get out a quality product. The video has been fantastic, and now we got the audio to match.
The 2015 ACHA Men's Division II National Championships on Utah Hockey Game Day Live are brought to you by GreatSkate.com, Gong Show Hockey Apparel, Aero Sports, the official equipment supplier of the ACHA, Reagan National Advertising, and the Utah Sports Commission.
All right, folks, welcome back out to Utah and Salt Lake City at the Utah Salt Lake City Sports Complex. I want to give a shout out back to in Paterson, New Jersey, and places around there to Brett and all the guys from last year at the Nationals who moonlight when they're not working with the ACHA and our William Paterson's radio crew. And I hope you guys are listening in and enjoying it. And we wish you could be out here. We'll see you hopefully next year in the Nationals in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Broncos start off with getting thrown out of the face-off. William Patterson able to win the face-off, keep it in the zone barely. Here's a shot. This one tips off a couple skates and sticks, but is turned away by White.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It is not a hard shot, but it was a scoring chance due to the amount of traffic between him and the goal.
Here's some great cycling being applied here by the Pioneers. Turns into a shot. Here's another one. Tries to go far side as White had come pretty far off his line. Now they're fighting to try to keep it in there. Helping out is Peacock. Peacock and Sala trying to dig it out for William Patterson. Helping out there for the Broncos is Cathan. Now continue to be cycled around. Back behind there is Lester. Lester will put it up along to the half boards, and they finally knock it out as Smith just whacked on it. And they're going to wave off icing, so that'll keep the play moving. They go all the way around. Now we're going to get icing going back the other way for William Patterson.
And I think really if you're Cal Ingram, you need to get out of this period without another goal against you. If you can get a goal, that's a bonus. And then you got to have a good talk. But I would really put out my power play unit for the last 90 seconds. Load up the line and just see if you can generate anything that would get you a bit of momentum going into the change room.
Here's a chance that's coming up for the point. Shot tipped through and right into the stomach of
And that's not a bad shot. That's a fantastic shot. Now just add a sprinkle of traffic and you got a scoring chance.
So just crossing the 5 o'clock p.m. on the Mountain Time. For those of you listening in back on the East Coast, that is 7 p.m. You've had your dinner. You're settling in for this game, especially if you're a William Patterson fan. They're doing well so far. Out shooting Boise State right now 13-6 with 4 minutes or so left to go in this first period. Already up 2-0 as they look to get more as they dump it in. And Kincaid has it for the Broncos. He'll take it around behind the net, wait for something to develop. Applying some pressure there was number 15, Patrick Walsh. And it looks like we're going to get a whistle for...
You got me on that one.
I'm not sure. The linesman called it, so...
I don't know. It's going to go back in the William Patterson zone. I don't quite know what that call was.
Well, whatever it was, they forced it down into the William Patterson zone, so obviously the Pioneers had done something to frustrate the men in stripes.
That's right.
Face-off will be taken by Stanford for Boise State, and he wins it back. Here's a shot. This one's going to not quite make it through. And
at least they're shooting.
Yeah.
At least you're shooting.
And William Patterson, they'll need to watch that. A little bit of a late hit there as an opportunity comes up for William Patterson. Nice poke check applied there by the Broncos. Coming in is Stanford. He'll dump it softly, gets banged off the boards and the linesman. Coming in Help out is McCarty. McCarty has it. Long pass over. Tipped off the stick. Now dropped back there. Little messy play being applied here by both teams. Neither team really getting a good tape-to-tape passes going on. William Paterson will curl, try to get around, kind of leaves it out there, but no one there to intercept it there for the Broncos. Just banged around by Carboni. This one's going to go deep into the Broncos zone, and the BSU will try to regroup as this puck goes off the glass and comes all the way out to center ice. Passed in now by William Paterson. William Paterson seemed content for the rest of this period to just dump it in and bang around. For the Broncos, they're having a lot of trouble getting any sort of consistent pressure being applied, and now they'll try to do it with the new line out there. Stepping up now, still fighting through, swinging again, swooping up and grabbing that was Bob. Bob's going to try to get it in. He still has the puck. Brown behind the net, takes it above the goal line, leaves it down back there for Ertman. Ertman's going to circle up all the way across to Salas. Salas got some time. Shot kind of hits off a couple of sticks and just flies up into the air. Coming in to get it is Karp. Karp's going to circle around, looking for a shot. This one goes off a stick and bangs into the behind the glass. Good cycling being applied here by the Pioneers. Looking around, little spinorama. Still holding onto the puck. Broncos can't seem to get it off of Karp's stick. Coming around, looking, bring it up now to Salas. Salas shot. This comes in on White. Another shot bangs off the outside of the post. It's there underneath White. White, and they finally blow it dead. Well, it's shooting gallery right now for William Paterson as they now have ranked up their 16th shot of this first period.
And really, the goaltender for the Broncos has held them in there. This probably should be a 4-0 game. He's had a couple really solid saves, that one there, and he really should be kissing the post because they've saved him once or twice too, right?
Face-off one forward by William Paterson, and it had a chance for Papadopoulos, but it got caught in his skates. Here's a shot from Sal. This one comes on. White can't quite control it, so it's going to keep alive. Thrown in front, shot at top, right over the top, and score. As looks like, it appears that Adam Papadopoulos just kept whacking away at it, and it flew up in the air and went over the top of White's shoulder and in. And with 2:32 left to go, it is now a 3-0 lead for William Paterson.
And really the intermission could not come at a better time. This Cal Ingram is going to have to he's going to have to pull out the speech of the year to stop the bleeding on this one. As Boise State being severely outplayed in this first period of the 4-1 matchup, really just the spark is not there, I guess, to put it very succinctly.
And Rass will get a chance to have a conversation with Cal after the first period. Hopefully he can get some.
Hopefully he'll
some
talk
stuff.
to me.
Yeah, hopefully he will.
I know where you're going with that, but hopefully he'll talk to me. Yeah.
But Papadopoulos has it now, passes it back up top to Whitford. Whitford will shoot it, and he will pot it in. And it's 4-0. So 2 goals within about 25 seconds, and this is not looking good at all. Boise State in their inaugural first game in the ACHA Division II National Championships.
I know, just based on the fact that Boise State went through regionals and got here, that they can play better than this. Having never seen them play before, I know they can play better than this. So,
face-off won by William Paterson. Playing it back now. It was across 2 minutes left to go in the first period. Play a little D-to-D between the two teams. Here's a turnover. Isn't it? Shot chance as White covers it up. Good play there for White to stay with it as he had Daniel Sabato coming in. So looks like teams are heading back out onto the ice for overtime in Grand Valley Liberty. Actually, that was actually them leaving the ice. Rasty was tricking me. So they're back on the ice in 1 minute and 37 seconds. Just enough time for you to stick with us, and then catch the interview, and then you can head over to that stream. So Boise stepping over the blue line. They're able to kind of loses the puck on some sticks, but able to retain control. We'll dump it in there by number 37, Taylor Crawford. Crawford loses the puck, tries to get it back, goes back up to the top. Here's a shot from the point, right in on Schuppler. And you're talking about the shots. That's good shots, but hopefully what maybe they can work on is if they can just get a little bit more traffic in front to try to keep him from being able to see it.
Well, actually that time they had a bit of traffic. Number 37, Taylor Crawford, was there with the goaltender, and I think they've got to get in front of the net. As you said, they're a little bit of a smaller team. They got to get there and battle and make the goaltender work to make the save.
Face off one forward. Oh, that's a great opportunity, but couldn't quite get it free was Crawford as he was ready to be backdoor. Goes across, but the pass to DD actually comes out of the zone, forcing the Broncos to come back out. This was going to be tapped forward, going in, and it'll slide all the way back as we approach the 1 minute mark. Chasing it around and bringing it back up is Costello. Costello's harassed there at the half boards. He'll play it up. It actually hits off of someone in the Broncos bench, and so we'll get a face-off inside the Boise State zone. 1:11 left to go here in the first period. My name is Dave Kurtz. Next to me, Rasty McGibbon. We are live from the Salt Lake City Sports Complex here in Salt Lake City, Utah. The 10th anniversary of ACHA Division II National Championship broadcasts. We've come a long way.
We have come a long way.
From that Winamp and stealing internet from an ATM.
650 feet of phone cable. I remember that. I'm going to run down. I'll be back.
All right. So Rasty's going to head down to get an interview with Cal Ingram after the period. Just under a minute left to go here in the first. 4-0 William Paterson as they are making a statement here. Last year they had a chance to move on to the semifinals as they took on UMBC, and with a winner-take-all game, UMBC was able to come out of that game with a win. But William Paterson has played well. They've been the 1 seed in the Northeast the whole year. Really only having one hiccup in their entire schedule as they actually lost in the finals of their conference to NYU. Broncos came in offside, so we'll come right back outside of the William Paterson zone with 40 seconds left to go. Other scores earlier today on this ring. Michigan State came roaring back from a 5-2 deficit and beat Arizona State, one of the considered to be one of the high contenders for this championship, is 6-5. And then NYU in the game before us beating NAU, which is Northern Arizona, 3-1. Nothing. William Paterson, they try to get it out, getting a little chippy there in front, holding on the puck, backing up as LaCourte. He's going to put it high up in the air. Actually, he hits the flag. You don't see that too often. Hits the flag, so we're going to bring that all the way back into the William Paterson zone. At least we should. We'll see where they rule it. Nope, they're going to bring it out just outside. Nope. Well, we're not sure. Linesmen and refs keep moving around, but eventually they do bring it back into the blocker side of Schloper. Face-off one, but one way too hard for Boise State to hold on to it. So they're going to take it back, hold on to it, backhand it up to Kincaid. Kincaid will pass it up, tries to get in, tipped off the stick, looking for a shot, and they'll just dump it in, and that will end the period. Shots in that period, 19 for William Paterson, 7 for Boise State. And along that way, they were able to pick up 4 goals and really dominate the play. So it'll be very interesting to see what Cal Ingram is able to do with his team during the intermission. So Rasty going out to talk to Cal Ingram, and Cal's heading over to talk to him. And as soon as we get goal, we'll head on down there as while we wait, we want to thank our sponsors, Utah Game Day Live, for getting us on the air today, and Rasty's got the coach.
We heard 7 overtimes to get out of regionals to get here. Just tell me a little bit about that before we get into what's going on here.
Obviously, that was an exciting game, and I'm really happy we won because I thought we carried the play most of it. Obviously, anytime a game gets into overtime, it's really one shot all counts. We were fortunate. We scored on a rebound.
Check, check, 1, 2. 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 Check, check. It's coming into the board. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Okay. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Barely. Check, check, 1, 2. I mean, it's coming up right there. Okay. Check. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Before we do it, let me get this one on because I made some adjustments here. So let me.
Check, check, 1, 2, check, check, 1, 2, check. Check, check, 1, 2, check, check. There we go. Okay. right, folks, welcome back out here to the Salt Lake
Veterans
City.
of Foreign Wars Memorial Auditorium in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm Rusty McGibbon. Beside me, David Kurtz. Some friends of ours listening in around the country and even out of the country like to say a very warm welcome to Paul Hebert in Albany, New York. Wish you were here with us as the adventures are going to start very soon. Also, a very good friend of mine, Peter Orban, who is listening in Budapest, Hungary. And I'd like to say a very fond hello to both of them, and hope you're enjoying the game as much as probably the William Paterson fans are, because if you're Boise State, that's definitely a period that you probably would not mind forgetting.
Well, we'll see if they can come back out and get something going here.
So, Dave, in your illustrious coaching career, what would you have said in that intermission if you're a Boise State coach?
Well, we had to figure out how to get the first one before we worry about the other three. But I think one of the big things is that they've got some speed on the team. They've got some, they got some quickness. They don't seem to be really using the full ice as well as they should. It seems like every time we see them rushing, they're within the dots. And they just spread out and try to get something going. And if you've got speed, skate the puck up, get it into the zone, get a shot and crash the net. And
See, my theory is because you're small and fast, dumping chasing the puck actually is to your advantage. First of all, you don't get banged all to heck coming through the center ice zone, and you can beat the big, lanky, slow defenders. It's like you're like the friggin' X-Wing fighter, and the defender's like the Death Star. You just zip around them, go get the puck, and you're there. That was the Star Wars analogy, because
I appreciate that.
Okay.
All right, well, we're back underway here. William Paterson wins the face-off. They're going to get it into the zone, try to go around the defender. Gets picked off at the half boards. And it'll be just kind of dumped around behind the net, bringing it up to the top. Now, instead he'll try to cycle it down, is Garlasco. Garlasso watches that puck fly out and go down to the other side. So Schoppler will slow it down. It'll be interesting to see, Rasty. You have a 3-day tournament. The kind of the decisions that are made as this tip right on Schoppler, another one right on Schoppler. He's able to take it out. So 2 shots already for Boise State. They have another. Oh, they had a guy backdoor, and it tipped off his stick and went wide. Another shot in front. This one sails wide. There's even more pop out of the Boise State right here in this first shift than we saw the first period for them.
And that's what they need. And let's at our next break talk about tournament format and the 3 games, and it's not a one and done sort of deal.
William Paterson has it now, slowly bringing it around, using their big body to kind of shield themselves as the puck's sticking a little bit on the new ice. It'll be dropped down, and Boise State will go for a change. William Paterson takes it around behind their net. Long outlet pass. This one is tipped by Karp. Actually hit off a linesman, so didn't get quite as far deep into the zone as he would like. Erdman has it now, thrown back in by Karp. Chasing it around behind is Lester. Lester getting banged. Want to give you an update on the other side. Grand Valley, in about almost the end of overtime. Actually, here's a chance. Shot. Oh, nice stop by White as he had to reach out of the glove as he was going the other way. With about 2.5 minutes left to go in overtime, beat Liberty 4-3. Liberty had led in that game most of the time as it comes back to the other side, and actually had to come back as they were down late to tie it at 3-3, and we went in a 10-minute overtime. We went down to just over 2 minutes left, and they were able to pot it to win the game. So congratulations to Grand Valley.
And you know what? It's a good showing for Liberty as a team that had to go through the regional route and comes in as a 4 seed. Dave, I think secretly and even publicly, we've kind of felt that the Central is the strongest of the 4 divisions. Even though I think now there is more homogeneity than we've seen in. You don't like that word? What's it?
It's a good word. Good word.
Yeah.
Good word.
Than we've seen in years previous, and but it's nice to see a number 4 can come in and challenge, and even this morning a number 4 can come in and win.
Puck thrown in on White, and they say play on, so he taken around behind the net by Boise State. Skating up now, gaining the red line. And now the blue and into the low. Will slow it up right around the goal line. Tries to go through, almost takes out the head of a William Paterson player. And here comes Allen. Allen steps over. Allen West. Chance right here on West. West gets taken out by his own defenseman. The puck's still live. Wrapped around hard around the boards. This should go down for icing. But you got to do that when your goaltender's been taken out by your own defenseman.
Another way I could have said it is you're seeing lack of heterogeneity. Okay, just if that's better.
This is the stuff that Rasty learns in his field medical training.
No, I took a first aid training course one weekend back in the summer. Shots are 21-7 here. If you're just tuning in, William Paterson putting a hurting on the Boise State Broncos throughout the first period. 4-0's the score for William Paterson, and they continue a vulcanized rubber assault on the Boise State Broncos. Boise State looking a little better this period, though. I got to give them that.
They got a little jump in their step now. They're doing a little bit of a better job limiting the amount of puck position that William Paterson has. This was coming. White comes way out on this, and we have some lively boards here, and so the puck will kind of come play strange angles, not something that you're necessarily used to, much more sharp than necessarily just wrap around every time you throw it down there. Stepping over now, trying to get it in as Boise State. That'll be dumped in by Punnett. Slides down into the corner. Now brought up now to Kincaid. Kincaid, had a guy backdoor, couldn't get a stick down though.
But you know, that's not a bad thing. You had some traffic in front of the net and
thrown in front, we get a penalty. It's going to be a power play for Boise State. Shot banged off of somebody's helmet. It goes into the corner. That'll be stopped as White almost made it to the bench. And now here's a chance for Boise State to get on the board, and that's what you want. You got to do it one at a time. You got a power play for the next 2 minutes. It doesn't matter how many shots you have. You bury the ones you do get an opportunity.
Well, and you're 1,000% right. For Boise State, I think the thing, and their coach really alluded to it, I think they were just intimidated in the first period by a number one seed in the East, right, and in the Northeast, pardon me, and I think that was in their heads more than anything.
So William Cap goes off for 2 minutes for tripping, and so now we'll see if Boise State can get something going here as they're cycling it around, trying to hold on to it. There is Crawford. Now goes over top, throws it in front, right in front of a guy front. Maybe should have tried to bang that in, but he had a guy right there in the high slot, and that's what you want. Turning around, trying to bring it up is Sanford. Sanford loses it. They're going to have to chase down Chapman. Guys having trouble getting there. There's to get a tape-to-tape pass here on the power play as we have had 30 seconds gone in this power play. Skating it up now, getting it over to Vadine. Vadine loses it, comes back out to center ice. Chapman has it, gains the red line, throws it across there to Crawford. Crawford's going to hold on to it, leaves it there. Now they're going to go below the line, tries to throw it over the top to a guy going back door, but it hits off a stick.
Yeah, I think I would rather them not try to backdoor, because if that pass gets deflected, it's out the blue line, and William Paterson's headed that way. See, it needs to be shots from there. Exactly.
Good opportunity there. Sanford hit off the pads. Still rebound, still out there. Here's a shot. This one. Number 88, Eric Simone, just absolutely blasted that one down off the glass. White is going to come out and play it to try to catch William Paterson in a change.
Nice hip.
Nice hip, but shaking it off. Blind man pass. Thrown temporarily keeps it in thanks to a check applied by the Broncos. But now
I think this is what the Broncos want to do on the power play, and I'm going to tell you what's wrong with it. They want to bring the puck in and set up immediately. So they want to bring it in and get the puck right to the defenseman right at the blue line. They don't want to dump it and then have to bring it back up. Okay, and that's the problem. You need to get the puck deep. It draws all of the William Paterson guys down, and you have the point men up here, and they're wide open. But the Broncos are insisting on just kind of getting over the blue line, stopping there, and saying, okay, guys, I got the puck right inside the blue line. Now you set up, okay, so I can take a shot from the point. It doesn't work that way. It absolutely doesn't work that way. So dump the puck in when you're going to get hammered along the boards and let the puck do the work for you.
Last chance here, shot. This one hit off of somebody's stick and went sailed wide, but good opportunity there as now we're back to 5-on-5 action. Coming out is Cap. Looked like he wanted to jump in the play, but it ends up just going to the bench. Big hit into the corner by William Paterson. Not as much physicality as we're used to seeing in a William Paterson game. as the Broncos had to jump back onside. Now the puck being turned over by both teams, stepping in, now coming in with a head of steam is Karp. Karp's going to shoot it just wide, tries to get a rebound, tapped it off on the outside of the cage.
Well, the thing, I can't understand why the Broncos let him skate right all the way from center ice right into the hash marks of the slot, and then somebody finally got a stick on him.
Smith brings it up, shot. This one's going to be gloved down by Schoppler, who sticks it, kind of moves the stick back to avoid the defenseman going by him, and then picks it up and throws it back up to a Pioneer. Sabato tries to dig it in. Now it's dumped in there by Papadopoulos. Boise State will bring it around, trying to play it off the boards, trying to catch a kind of a streaking guy coming off the bench. Hit there by Crawford, and it'll be dumped in.
No, and that's fantastic, but that's why it's called dump and chase.
So back comes William Paterson, using the big ice to their advantage, swinging around, looking for the wraparound, throws it in front, nobody home, back all the way up to the point, but holds the zone. Now it's going to be in there to the front of the net, throws it in front, couldn't quite make that connection as Sanford was trying to tip that puck, but Crawford's able to hold on to it, puts it hard off the back of the cage, and it comes up now.
And right to the point.
Right up here now, back up to the point. Here we go. We got a points coming. Shot tries to go back door. I think he was trying to have number 14, Justin Vadine, tip it in. Now it's gloved down by Vadine. Hold in there. Here comes William Patterson. Here, chance. Going to swing wide. Goes through. Whoa, he got hit. Great check right there as he tried to cross over into the middle of the ice, and he got just helicoptered.
That's called cutting across the trolley tracks right there.
So he heads off the ice. Looks like he's going to need a few moments at least. As here comes a chance coming down is West. Trying to go back door, tip shot, and nice. Yeah, turns it away. White was actually a little bit excited about that, as I think he thought that West was almost going into a celebration thinking that he was going to pot that thing, as now it goes up and hits off the net.
Well, I'll tell you the funny thing, I thought he had it in the glove, and then I saw the puck actually squeak back out to the blocker side. But, here's the thing. Obviously, the success that Boise State would have wanted in the first period, I think they've probably come up short, and even by my conversation with the coach. The exposure and just the fact that you get 3 games in this format that they have at the Division II tournament is fantastic for a team like Boise State. They fought incredibly hard to get here. They should be commended highly just for the effort of going through 7 rounds of overtime to, stick with it and stick through and to get out of regionals to get here. And now they'll get to play some teams that they don't normally get to play. And, it's good for their school. Teams in the Pacific Northwest are going to be like, oh yeah, Boise State, let me see if I can schedule them this year because they went to nationals last year. And other teams will use that as kind of a barometer. So it's only positive things for the program. So I'm ecstatic that they're here. And Dave, in the last 10 years, I can remember back to, I hate to use the phrase, but kind of one-hit wonders. I remember the Massachusetts Minutemen being there one year. Bryant was there one year. Denver was there a long, long time ago. There's probably a lot more that I'm forgetting, but it has only helped. And talking to some coaches, they'll say, "Oh, you know what? It was great at nationals," and it's even a bit of a networking thing.
Absolutely. See yourself as a larger portion of a larger community, and it seems to do really well for a lot of teams. Boise State on the attack here. We did notice that the trainer's going out to check out the William Patterson players, so we hope he is okay. We'll try to we'll see if we can get an update for you, as they're going to rule that it's a hand pass, no change, and we'll keep the face-off in William Patterson's zone. Once again, William Patterson up 4-0 here, day 1 of the ACHA Division II National Championships. This is game 5. We have 4 in the books. We've had some very good games.
3 to go.
And 3 to go.
The one this morning was a real barn burner, boy.
William Patterson has it, steps over the half boards, tries to throw it in front. West tries to actually kick it off, and it's elbow or a shoulder down. But he couldn't control it, but he kept it out of the back of the net. This was going to come all the way down for icing. And I think number 93 for Boise State, Austin Miller, was trying to quickly get off and disappear amongst the orange and blue.
And the Broncos showing a little bit of spark there with generating some scoring chances. They're up to 13 shots. And you know what? I think it's very conceivable that they can score in this period. They just have to keep doing it. And as I said before, if they can put a little sprinkle of traffic in front of that, make the goaltender work for those saves, then I think they can score.
Puck down played right below the goal line. Swings around by Boise State. Bringing it up is Kincaid. He's going to hold on to it. Kind of gets rid of it. Got bowling pins flying all over the place as a couple guys ran into each other, not realizing where the puck was. Tries to go through. Is able to get through. One guy throws it in front, but then he gets rode off. Wrong side of his stick. Maybe if he was a lefty, he would have had that right on the stick for a shot.
And again, that's where I say shoot the puck.
Here's a chance right in front. Tried to be tipped. Held in there by Boise State. They got a little bit of consistent pressure here. He's going to throw it around behind the net. Tries to get it in front to a guy coming through the dot. Now it'll be tossed out, and it's a one-on-one going back the other way. Alaska tries to go around, gets a backhander, throws up by White, who plays it off his shoulder, and then finally gloves it down as we hit the under 10-minute mark. And if everything goes according to plan, we should have our media timeout. Yep. Yeah, it looks like we're going to media timeout, so we'll take a timeout here on the ice. Timeout here as well. You're listening to the ACHA Division II National Championships on Utah Game Day Live.
The 2015 ACHA Men's Division II National Championships on Utah Hockey Game Day Live are brought to you by Sherwood Hockey, Warrior Hockey, Howie's Hockey Tape, official tape provider of the ACHA, Speeds Power Equipment, and X-Mission Internet.
All right, folks, welcome back out to the ACHA. My name, Dave Kurtz. Joining on me on the tag team partner, Rusty McGibbon. We're live out here at the Salt Lake City Sports Complex in Salt Lake City, Utah. Give you a couple updates on some scores earlier in the day. Michigan State knocked off Arizona State 6-5. Toledo was defeated by Montclair State 7-1. Grand Valley State got past Liberty 4-3 in overtime, right at the end of overtime, in fact. And in this game here today is currently 4-0 as we have just crossed the halfway mark in the game. Faceoff will be down to the blocker side of White. And Boise State center being thrown out. That was number 47, Jared Hergschmeimer. Faceoff one forward. Held on to by William Paterson. Got tossed back to Karp. Now Cap has it. He'll cycle all the way back around to Sala. Chasing it in there is Bob. Bob has it for the Pioneers. He'll cycle it back down low. Good cycling being applied until that one, as no one had rolled over. Now being dumped out right by the Zam doors. Coming up now, Chill holding on to his William Paterson, muscling their way through, getting a shot on White. He turns it away, turning it around. Are the Boise State trying to get it out, misplayed it. Here's another chance for William Paterson. Trying to hold on to it, going around, working it. Swings it up high now, bangs it off the boards. Ryan Ertman now has it for the Pioneers. Cap takes it around behind the net, chasing there, trying to get it out is Punnett. Punnett has it. Finally, are they clearing it out, is Boise State? They have a little bit of momentum. They're going to dump and chase it down. Chasing it there is Punnett. He meets and rolls Sala out. Sala's able to roll off and get the puck, but now it's dumped in deeper, and Punnett has it. Tries to throw it in front. Got a guy streaking. Tipped off his stick and into the corner, but good pressure being applied here by the Broncos. Another blind man pass. This time nobody home but white jerseys. And here come the Pioneers. Throwing it across now, grabbed by the defenseman for the Broncos. Whoop, almost too many men on the ice there. You could have called that on William Paterson. We got a little bit of time. Shot here by Crawford, sails wide. Pinching in now is Chapman. There's another shot by Crawford from the other side of the ice. He's everywhere for this team. As William Paterson will finally clear it out, get pushed right along, get rubbed out, and force the puck into the Boise State zone. Crawford has it now. Crawford trying to get it out. Looks like we're going to get a penalty called on interference on number 52, Greg Chapman, as he and number 41, William Cap for William Paterson, got tangled up right at the blue line of William Paterson. And so that'll put them back out on the power play, already up 4-0 and a 12-shot advantage here halfway through the game.
Well, you know, and I do have to say kudos to the officials. My barometer for telling whether or not the officials have done a fantastic job is when you don't really remember any involvement in the game. And every game I've seen so far, I think the officiating has been first rate, and they've done a fantastic job. And so for the Broncos, with any hope of crawling out of this, and you know what, they've got a very impressive record. I think their record for the year was 27-3. They got to be able to put the puck in the net, and so you know they're down by 4, but staying out of the box is key.
The turnover there by White is he tried to play it and it came out on a weird angle and he actually kicked it in front of the net. Nobody was home and they almost got buried. One thing too that we have to remember is that the craziest things have happened. William Paterson cannot let up. You need to keep trying to score.
And why is that? Because
you could lose on the third day on tiebreakers. We've seen stranger things where teams, as we got another penalty being called. Here comes Shopler, and this should be a 5-on-3. Here's a shot coming right in on White, and it'll be hit down. We have seen games where we literally have had teams know that if they need to score like 7 goals and give up less than 5 in games, and it's rare.
And as we get into tomorrow and Sunday, we'll get more into the tiebreakers.
But you can't give up in a 4-0 game. You may feel, I've got this in hand, and in a normal day you might try to play a little bit more defensively.
Well, it
but
feels
run
sometimes
more line.
You know what? It feels sometimes inhumane to try to bury a team 10-1 or 11-1 or something like that. But unfortunately, and I think it's an excellent design. The way that this tournament's set up, that becomes one of the tiebreakers.
So 5-on-3 for William Paterson for the next 58 seconds. If they do not score, they will have just over a minute on a 5-on-4. Playing it around, throws it in the middle, shot, hits off the actual shin pad of the man providing the screen. So they'll reset up. Now they'll set up behind the net, trying to get it back up to the top. Now a missed pass forcing the William Paterson to reset up outside. 34 seconds left to go on the 5-on-3. Circling around the top, trying to get into the shooting lane. Goes all the way around. Circles, just going out for a little Sunday run as Garlasco. Now he shoots and he sails it wide. This one's going to come all the way back out. Not sure that's exactly the plan that you wanted to do.
Well, no, and I'm really trying to get a handle on what sort of, and we talked about it in the Michigan State game as there was a 4-on-3 opportunity there.
We're going to get another penalty called. So we'll get a, looks like we're going to get like a cross check. We'll see if it's the same one. So
he's heading over to William Paterson.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Oh, I think what he's saying is a reminder that I think it might be a stacked penalty. Unless he's calling something on them. But it looked like they put up the arms immediately following.
Yeah, he's 19, looks like he's going off.
Wow, that's interesting.
6 men on the...
two men on the... They might have gotten away with one there with Boise State because that probably occurred prior to that cross check from behind. But that was in the middle of the ice and it was pretty blatant. So this is a great opportunity for Boise State to try to use some speed, as in 9 seconds we'll go 4-on-4 for a minute 3.
William Paterson saying, I can take you guys on with 3 men as they send 3 out for the face-off. Now that's confidence. That is. I'm joking, of course, but yeah.
So Boise State will get a chance here deep inside the William Paterson zone if they can hold on to it.
Well, even if not, just tie it up along the boards and burn it off so you're 4-on-4 now.
Yep. And so with 2-1, they lose the zone, but they gain a player. So they'll try to get it in, and coming right in, Crawford is offside. So the faceoff will come outside the William Paterson zone. We'll go 4-on-4 for 51 seconds, and then Boise State will have about a 50-second power play.
57.
So the face-off to the far side. Face-off won by William Paterson. Now skating it back, bringing it over there is Sala. Sala has it, plays it softly off the boards to Sabardo, and he almost gets hit from behind. That was good layup there by the Boise State player. 5:44 left to go here in the second period. 4-0 William Paterson, as this is going to go for icing and will come down. So there's some opportunities presenting themselves here in the last half of this period for Boise State to try to break through and get that goal. And we do know sometimes the toughest thing in a game is to get the first goal, and certainly the first time ever at Nationals, that first goal is something
huge.
Is
huge. And sometimes you feel like there's like a plate of glass in front of the net, and once you pop it, then you're off and rolling. So, not that I'm partial to either team, but I'm all for Boise State getting the next goal, and then just seeing what happens after that.
We don't want Brett to have too much fun over in Paterson, New Jersey.
That is right. Not that Paterson, New Jersey is too much fun to start with, but that's another story.
So banging around there, neither team really committing offensively. A little surprised you don't see guys coming in a little tighter. Here's a bang off, it just missed it. He had a little bit of a gap there to try to get it between Shopler's leg and the post, but he couldn't wrap it around. Now we're on 5-on-4. Takes them a second to get a new guy, and now they finally have that. And so we'll have a 49-second power play if they can hold on to the puck. Whoa, being kind of dragged down there. Now they'll cycle it around. Crawford has it. Up to the point. Here's a shot. Had some traffic in front, tipped away outside, but had some guys in front. Shopler didn't see it that well. Goes back up down to the point. Costello has it. Kincaid fires it right into the stomach.
And that is perfect. I have seen a lot of improvement in Boise State's game. I think if I really just had to, if you said, Ras, tweak one thing, I would say I want them to turn up the intensity still about 2 levels. They really, it's almost like they're skating out on the ice against guys that are all 8 feet tall and 350 pounds and, a body fat percentage of 7%. Just these huge burly guys. And they're not. William Paterson, you can score against them, so just shoot the puck.
Here's a shot right now coming out. Way out is Shopler. We're going to get a penalty call. We'll see who it's on as the shot kind of came in. We'll see if it's on William Paterson or Boise State. No indication either way.
I tend to think it's going to be on William Paterson.
Interference is the call.
And you know what? That is a bad one for William Paterson to take. Oh, it's...
So it looks like it's actually an interference on Boise State.
Wow.
On number 37, Taylor Crawford.
And Taylor Crawford has probably had the most intensity of any of the Boise State players. The captain, you see there, Boise State, number 13, Rusty Costello. He is just, I think, voicing a bit of his frustration. There were a lot of bodies there in front of the net, and the defensemen are trying to clear them out, and they got an obstruction interference penalty. Here when I felt that they were kind of grabbing a bit of momentum from William Paterson.
So it'll be 18 seconds of 4-on-4 action, and then William Paterson will have an extended power play, barring any penalties, which we have seen several called here in this period. Puck comes out now, held on to by Boise State, trying to get it out there. Nice pickup there, turning around was Lucas, stepping over. Here's a shot. This one's going to come out. Misplayed a little bit by Shopler. Good thing for him that there is only a... As this puck's thrown in front. Sorry, the net was off, so we'll get a stoppage. This thing will stay inside the William Paterson zone. So the William Paterson is, however, on the power play. So with 1:29 left, already leading 4-0. Just under 4 minutes left to go. Letting you know, coming up in a few minutes on the other rink, Northeastern will be taking on FGCU. That's a 1-4 matchup with FGCU being the number 1 out of the Southeast. And then later on this rink, it'll be the home team, the host team, Utah, taking on the 2 seed out of the Central, Missouri State. And then rounding out our night on the East rink will be Lindenwood against Miami of Ohio.
Now tell me what you know about Lindenwood, and then I'll tell you why I ask.
Well, they as the D2 team, we all know that the D1 team has won a national championship. It's been a powerhouse, but the D2 team has been making their name stuff as being a team that we regularly see here in nationals. And it can be frustrating, I think, sometimes for a team like that who always going to go through the regionals because of teams like Grand Valley State this year, Lindenwood, Belleville, things like that. You're going to have to play regionals, but they've done well. They've made it the last couple nationals, and they should be a really good team to watch out for tonight. It should be a good matchup against Miami of Ohio. William Paterson still trying to get something going here, trying to get a shot here on the power play as it's cycled around. Here's a shot, good coming over there was White as he went post to post to be able to get that thing out. As now another backdoor chance.
White is getting a workout down there, just like Cal Ingram said. He gives them a chance to win every night, and he's definitely kept this a 4-0 game, multiple occasions.
20 seconds left to go. Palazzo tries to throw it in. It's hit off the skate and goes down to the other end, and that will allow Boise State to change up. Shopler has it. Thrown up there, picked up by Bob. Bob's going to gain the red line, going to try to skate through, loses it. Boise State has it now. They have a little bit of a short, as we go back to 5-on-5 action, they got a 3-on-2 with Crawford coming out. Shot, this one sails wide, comes all the way back up, and tried to be tipped out, but held in there by Boise State. Crawford, fresh out of his 2-minute minor for interference, tries to get a hold of it. It wraps around, comes up to Vadine. Plays it off the shin pad, gets in deeper. Crawford watches it flip over his stick. Now be brought out, and a little headman pass. Here comes a chance for Mark Abadopoulos, but he loses it, and good back check as a big hit into the boards, and that's going to be, we'll see what that call is, but that potentially could carry some, they do call boarding, but apparently it will just be a 2-minute minor for boarding, but that was a dangerous looking hit that put him into the boards. So back on the power play goes William Paterson. This has been a much more penalty-filled period than the first one has.
Well, I think you know what? I think you're seeing a little frustration on the side of Boise State. And I unfortunately, this may sound terribly cruel, I don't have a lot of sympathy for him. I think experience-wise, maybe they are a little bit behind the 8 ball here. But they definitely have some skill that I don't think they're using. I think they can do more with what they have. And you know what? They tied this period. So let's...
It's not over yet. Coming down is Garlasco. He shoots, he hits it off the left post.
I like how the goalie cheers after every save.
Yeah.
Right? It's good.
He's happy about it.
No, it's good. He's pumping them up.
So with 1:21 left to go, Rasty will be getting an interview with head coach of William Paterson, Joe Balance, about how he's felt his team done through the 60 minutes of this 90-minute contest. Stepping over the blue line and holding on to is William Paterson, slowly just holding on to it, throwing it back up there, picked up by Karp. Now back up to the point, Karp and LaCourte playing a little 2-man game. Back up to LaCourte. Now Court will pass it down to Apadopoulos, who's going to throw it. Tries to hit his brother back door, but it sails wide and comes all the way back out with 48 seconds left to go. 55 seconds left to go in the power play. So barring a goal, we will start with a carryover penalty of a few seconds, as this one's going to fly up and actually tip off a stick and hit the net. 37.4 seconds left to go here in the second period. 4-0 William Paterson. You're listening to the ACHA Division II National Championships live from Salt Lake City, Utah at the Salt Lake City Sports Complex, provided to you by Utah Game Day Live. And we just have to say that we have been excited to work with these guys, with Matt Coma and his crew. And they have been nothing short of amazing at putting the product out. We've had some technical difficulties throughout the day, is not uncommon when in a tournament on day one, but they've been working hard, switching out all sorts of cabling, computers, whatever it is to try to get it looking and sounding good for you. Here's a shot. This one sails wide of White, and it's going to go all the way back down. Maybe one more opportunity for William Paterson as the puck kind of slowed down from the choppy ice at the end of the period. 16 seconds left to go. We'll see if they try to stretch a pass a little bit. They are able to. No icing, but it should allow Boise State to be able to control the puck. Sanford has it now. He loses it, but it comes up to the half board. It's going to be thrown down to the other end with 5 seconds left to go. And I think William Paterson with William Cap is just going to go right behind the net and hold on to it, and there's the horn. So 7 seconds will carry over on the 2-minute boarding minor to number 13, Rusty Costello. And we'll be heading, when we head to the third, it'll be 4-0 William Paterson, who came out like a ball fire, scoring 4 times in the first period. Slowed down a little bit in the second, but still dominated the time of possession, as well as the puck possession, as well as time in the box. And I think they're just really frustrated. Now they have 29 shots to only 16 for Boise State. As much as you can say in a 4-0 game, I really do feel, I agree with Rasty, that Rod White has done a lot to keep them at where it is right now, and he's played very well as a goaltender, but you can't say enough about the William Paterson goaltender, Gary Shopler, who hadn't seen a lot of shots early on, but when he has had to pick it up, he is able to make some big saves here in the second period. and because of that, it keeps it at a 4 the game. Let's go down to Rasty with the head coach of William Paterson, Joe Balance. Rasty?
What things are you going to say when you go in there? Maybe without some of the adjectives, but what's the message you want your guys to get?
Just to play the third period like it's 0-0. We have to have cleaner passes coming out of our zone and come out with speed. Though we looked a little sluggish that period, I'm not sure why.
How long have you guys actually been off since the last time you were in a game?
2 weeks.
We talked this morning with some of the one seeds. Some teams have been off 4 or 5 weeks. So at least with a 2-week break, it's not like you haven't seen action soon. I've seen you guys with more jump. How do you go in there and tell them to play hard against a team that so far has only got 16 shots?
Just to end the game. Yeah, down, but they're not out yet. They pushed a little bit that period. And a lot of it was we gave it to them. But you got to put teams away at this time of year, and we need to do that in the third period.
For the 10 years I've been involved, I've always liked this tournament format where you're guaranteed 3 games. When you get into the tiebreaker, obviously the goal scored comes in. So do you reinforce that to your guys that really you just got to bury them so that you have that cushion if tiebreakers come into?
Yeah, leave nothing to chance, like you said. We got to play good team defense for 60 minutes and hold as little as possible and win each period. Whether it's 1 goal, 2 goals, we just got to have a complete game.
Joe, thanks very much for this. Good luck in the next 20 and the next 2 days. David, now back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Rasty. As we head to the second intermission, you're listening to the ACHA Division II National Championships live in Salt Lake City, provided to you by Utah Game Day Live. We'll be back for the third period in just a few minutes. All right, folks, welcome back out to Utah for the ACHA Division II National Championships, brought to you by Utah Game Day Live. Glad to have you back here in this 4-0 game for William Paterson versus Boise State. My name is Dave Kurtz. I'll be joined in just a second by Rusty McGibbon. Our last game of the day. We still have two more going on, and one currently going on right now as it's FGCU up 1-0 early in the first period against Northeastern, last year's hosts. Penalty carried over for a few seconds, has been wiped off, so as we approach 1 minute gone here in the third period. Both teams fighting to try to dig it out here in the William Paterson zone. Comes up now, picked up by Ramirez. Brought up to the top for Boise State. Bangs around a couple bodies, doesn't make it through. Here's a shot. This one just whipped wide. It's going to come all the way out. Holding it at the last second is Costello. Now it'll come slowly around to the half boards. Trying to whack it out was West. But Boise State doing a good job here early, keeping it in. Long stretch pass going. Hits off the glove, and they're going to wave it, whistle it. They're going to whistle it that it was icing. However, it did appear like it hit off the glove of number 88, Eric Simone. So that's a tough call to make.
So I think, as Joe Balance alluded to, really for William Paterson, they just got to keep going and going and going. And look at this, as this is a, this is the start of a new game, and if you're Joe Balance, you really want him to pound during this period.
So it looks like the ref's going to kind of give a compromise here. He's going to say he's going to keep the face-off. Well, nope, now they're going to bring the face-off out. They're going to rule that should not have been icing. So William Paterson is allowed to change. They'll bring it out to center ice, which is a good call. Good to see the officials getting together, talking it out. So we'll get another face-off at center ice here. 18:37 left to go. William Paterson's been in this control of this game since very early.
Since the 1 minute mark, really.
So William Paterson looking to bring it up, backhand intercepted by the Broncos. This one's tapped around, comes all the way back out to center ice. Now stepping over is Kincaid, shot hits off the shin pad of Winford and goes into the corner. Coming out now is Whitford. Whitford gets rolled out on the boards, trying to get it out. Good job by Boise State to hold it in at least temporarily. Now a couple William Paterson players will go for a change. Picked up there, trying to bring it in is Boise State. They're able to grab it in as Cathan will chase it down. Whitford is able to ride him off, comes up now to the top half of the boards. Peacock has it. Now will throw it down the other ice. This should go for icing. It's not going to hit off of anybody's glove, and it does go. So we'll head all the way back down to the William Paterson zone. Neither team really getting consistent control of this puck for an extended period of time here early in the third period.
No, and I think the goals for each team have to be a little bit different. The goal for William Paterson is to accumulate goals, to maintain a level of intensity, because you're going to need more intensity than I saw out of William Paterson in the second period as they go in and face some teams, and I'm not going to say stronger, because I really don't think that we've seen the real Boise State so far tonight, but teams I think that either have more intensity or a higher level of motivation. For Boise State for the next 20 minutes, you got to get the lead out of your skates. You got to, the jet lag, whatever you want to call it, and you really got to get going here.
Good play there on the icing, waved off as stepping in right in front of the Boise State player was Peacock, as this shot comes from the point by Apadopoulos. Excuse me, that was Velasco. Holding in, trying to get it out is Boise State. They do clear the zone, forcing William Paterson to get out on a delayed offside. Bringing it up now is Chapman. Chapman loses it, then gets it back, coming in hard. Actually, that's Punnett. Punnett gets a shot, gets dumped over, and slides all the way from one dot to the other. Boise State holding it in, tips it in, back in, down low. Cap rings it up around the board, stepping in now. Here's a turnover. Here's a chance for Boise State, trying to jump it in, trying to hold it in. They do. They'll throw it cross ice. A couple guys to go for a change and allow William Paterson to a little bit of pressure relief. Cap has it, plays it off the glass, and it comes all the way back out. Turning her around is Chapman. Chapman has it, gives it off on that pass to opponent. Here's a shot by Kincaid, throws it on. Shopler stops one, stops two, and it comes back out to the the point comes back out as Papadopoulos comes down for the Pioneers. Here's a shot, comes right on White. He fights it off. Another one. This one hits off of somebody's skate, comes out, and almost goes around to the other side. So here comes William Paterson. Here's a shot. This one sails wide as Ertman had the far side of the net wide open. And it'll come all the way back down into the Pioneer zone. Now fighting for it, stepping in front and trying to come up was Vadine. Vadine now gets hit by LaCourte. Puck comes out, thrown in front of the net, never makes it there. It'll just be flipped up and out. Played off by Lang. Pardon me, that was Costello. Comes back to LaCourte. LaCourte backing up. He'll pass it over to his D partner. Saucer pass up. And out come William Paterson. Turnover there. Stepping through, trying to get it in. Neither team, again, having a long time of, as this one gets thrown up, as literally like, I don't know exactly if the puck was bouncing a little bit or what he was trying to do, as that puck just got shot up almost to the top of the glass right in front of the divider between the two rinks. Okay, well, we've been informed, I guess maybe there was that would seem a little bit more realistic. The whole time we've been talking about Rob White, the goaltender, is apparently Josh Bennett, who would be their starting goaltender, which we kind of threw us off in the beginning, is wearing his number. So Joe Bennett, who is in the game, which, again, makes sense considering he has 19-3-1 on the season, as opposed to, I think, Mr. White, who may have only had a couple games of experience this year.
We like to call it exposure.
So this will be pricing going down to the other side. We want to thank our crack stat team over here, Mr. Josh, for realizing that. So now you're going to have to see if we can remember with 15:01 to not say White for the next game. So it's Benton. So Benton's going to take this face off to his glove side, comes right through, up to the point, shot, whiffed at. And it kind of just dribbles down and stays inside the zone. Trying to dig it out and come around is Karp. Karp now over to Stiemel. Puck comes banging up right along in front of the Bronco bench. Still fighting for it, still trying to kick it out. Now it's finally dumped in, almost hits the linesman, but it makes it all the way in. Shopler will watch it sail down to the other side. Turning around and bringing it up now is Boise State trying to gain the zone. Is Punnett. Punnett has two guys draped on him. Goes in, throws it in front of the net. Had two guys streaking, couldn't quite connect. Kincaid actually kicks out of the air. Now they're both kicking it. Apparently they're trying a soccer style of hockey for the next couple minutes. Kincaid gets it back. Long pass up, try up to Smith. Smith's going to take a shot. Puts it right into the shin pad.
Player on the back of the leg.
As it looks like he's taking a little time getting there. As he a little hurt. Looks like he hit number 18 of padding. So that's going to sting for a while. And here comes Boise State. They got a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Coming up with a little bit of speed. Here's a chance. Shot good. Takes it right over the top of the net and comes back out the other side. As a hit from behind, we're going to get a boarding call here on William Paterson. The Michael Ramirez. He doesn't like it, but that was pretty clear. Back to facing the ice. Or excuse me, facing the boards. So we'll see. We're going to call boarding on that. Yep. So 2 minutes, and Boise State goes back on the power play.
And you know, for Boise State, as you talked about in the second period, it's important for them to get a goal. I mean, to get that pane of glass in front of the net broken and open things up, and it'll be a real confidence booster for them as well.
So Chapman he's going to rush in, gets the guy back door, takes a little too much time, shot, hits on the outside of the net. Probably took a little too much time to shoot as he had an opportunity before the defense caught up to it. Here's another shot right off a shin pad. I tell you what, West is feeling that.
And that was a cannon there.
Yeah, Simone, he's not going to admit it, but he's hurting right now. As the shot comes in, goes right by Shopler. Shopler actually tips it a little bit to get it out. Get it out further. Chapman has now, he circles around. Shot, this one's off a skate of a defender. Now back up just above the circles. A little spinorama trying to get in the middle. The guy right in front, back door, still too much time. Shot, this was going to sit around, see if they can hold the zone, and they tried to, and they're unable to. Whoop, almost gave that away for a shorthanded opportunity with 1:11 left to go. Again, just shot that off of the shin pad. Own player. This time it goes in as opposed to ricocheting further out, trying to step in, hold it. Now turning around is William Paterson. They're just going to throw it down and go for a change. Chasing it down there for William Paterson is Chapman. He is rode up against by West, who great forechecking, who's still trying to lift the puck, still lifting it. He is just windmilling that puck. Surprised, here's an opportunity, short hand, top score! And I tell you, if I was Boise State, I would be livid right there, because he was getting, like, that stick was completely in that Boise State player's chest and was just windmilling him around until it came out.
I would agree with you in that, and he's over there talking to the ref about it now. And the thing you have to respect about the ref here, he's at least taking the time to explain it. I mean, you may not agree with the explanation, but at least you're getting an explanation. And William Paterson scoring a shorty there with 12:25 left to go in this third period.
So as crazy as it sounds in a game that's really been dominated by one team, that was the first goal that's been scored since sometime in the first period.
Yeah.
Now the puck will come all the way back down, as we still have a power play for Boise State, as they are now down 5-0. Benton rolls it around to the other side. Hit on the boards there by Kincaid, is now bringing it up is Boise State. Gain the zone. Around here's a shot by Smith. Goes over the top of the net and comes all the way back out. With 12 seconds left, you might get one more shot opportunity, but that pretty much does it for the power play for Boise State with 11:50 left to go here in the third period.
So, with William Paterson.
And here's a shot opportunity. This one sails wide. Right now, they're getting opportunities to shoot. They just can't quite hit the net.
Are things going to get easier for Boise State after they're done with William Paterson?
We'll have to look at their pool, but I would think probably after having to play the one, that it would get at least a little bit better. I believe that if I am correct in that they're in the Missouri State and Utah bracket, the pool. So being that, they'll probably, Utah they can't be because they're both in the West. We'll check that out and get it to you as the shot goes wide of Bennett.
I'm going to check it.
Shot, this one goes up right into the stomach of a Boise State defender, and he's able to swing at it, finally get it up, and they will break the pressure. Kincaid turns it over as he kind of whiffs on it, and back comes William Paterson as they're just going to dump it in. I think we're going to see for the next 10-20 a lot of dump and chase, a lot of just letting the puck do the work, try to avoid getting hit too much, as unfortunately for number 26 for James Bob, that did not work as he got laid out. And we get an icing and we'll send it right back down. We're going to check on the pool for you there. And
so they are in with Miami, Lindenwood, and Boise State.
No, I do not think it's going to get any easier for Boise State.
Do not? Okay, all right. No, in fact, here's the thing. That was not a trick question.
Yeah.
Was not a trick question.
No, I think that would be considered by most people to be probably one of the more competitive 1-2-3s in the pool of the pools.
So it's probably fair to say things are not going to get easier for William Paterson either.
No, they should not.
Okay.
Tonight's Miami-Lindenwood game should be very good. Probably the winner of that game would be the favorite to be the kind of if you're not picking William Paterson, you're probably picking that team type situation. 10:16 left to go. 5-0 William Paterson, as they've been in control of this thing since the puck drop, as they scored just about a minute into the first period and have not really looked back since. They are out shooting Boise State 33-19. But Boise State attacking again. Vadine coming in, trying to wrap around, looking for somebody. Here's a shot. Finally, a quick shot there, and that got all the way through. Didn't wait to settle it down, just a one-timer. And a good opportunity there, as now guys are flying down, and we're going to get a penalty. It looks like it's going to be called on, well, I thought it was going to be called on Boise State because they played it, but I'm not sure. Nope, it looks like it's going to be called on William Paterson.
No, I think no.
I think
Boise. I think.
Mock applause by the stick tapping. We got a slash on number 61. That means Matt Sanford will go sit for 2 minutes
or less. Yeah, and for Boise State, I think with the resources that they have, I think this game, the eventual outcome, in terms of win-loss, might be the same. But I think there's some things that if they would have consistently done, I think would have really. I definitely think they could have been on the scoreboard, and I still think there's a good chance that they'll score in this game. Obviously, when they're a man down, they actually look pretty good. they aren't as afraid as William Paterson to shoot the puck. And as we've talked about, that's been something we've seen today, which has really seemed to be a successful strategy for teams.
So the Pioneers will bring it up, get through, and gain the zone. Now they're going to take it down low, turning it around there. Fighting along the board is Bob. He avoids a hit, comes back up now to the point. Stepping through, here's a shot. Good stoppage there by Boise State. Almost had a odd man rush. Now they do almost get an odd man as that headman pass just missed.
That stretch pass was just a little too stretched.
Good opportunity there for Boise State to try to get a shorty there. William Paterson does have a shorthanded goal in this game. We go under a minute left to go on the power play. The 2-minute minor for slashing on Matt Sanford. And William Paterson comes in offsides. A little too jumpy there with 8:31 left to go.
You kind of look at the body language of the two benches when you look over. William Paterson, most of their guys are standing up unless they're fresh bodies just off the ice. They're really into this. Boise State just kind of sitting back and saying, when's this going to be over? What's for dinner?
8:29 left to go. They'll take it around behind the net, being brought up by Carboni. Carboni makes a long pass up to forward and misses it. That was trying to hit Adam Apadopoulos. Puck is knocked out of play, so it should stay. Yep, it'll stay in the zone for Boise State. So coming up later on this rink, it will be Missouri State taking on the host team, Utah. And then rounding out our night on the East rink, it will be Lindenwood against Miami. Currently going on the other rink, it is Florida Gulf Coast and 2-1 Florida Gulf Coast over Northeastern. So Northeastern making a game of this. Shot comes in on Bennett. Here right in front, thrown out into the other side. Good play, good defensive play there. As we got 19 seconds left, so one more rush for William Paterson if they want to use it. As that was their 34th shot on net. A little tap pass going on, left it there, tried to get in. Nice step through there by Karp.
And you know what? This urgency to get the puck out on the penalty kill is the urgency I would have liked to have seen to get the puck out all night long. And that should have been a penalty holding the stick there, but yeah.
Yeah, back to 5-on-5 action now with 7:36 left to go. Our next stoppage, we'll have our final media timeout of the game. Coming in, here's Vadine, shoots it right up into Shopler, so that will bring us to our media timeout. They're taking a timeout on the ice. We'll take a timeout up here. You're listening to the ACHA Division II National Championships live on Utah Game Day.
The 2015 ACHA Men's Division II National Championships on Utah Hockey Game Day Live are brought to you by USA Hockey, USA Junior Hockey Magazine, Barron Championship Rings, the official championship ring supplier of the ACHA, Mr. Hotshine Car Wash, and the Red Lion Hotel located in downtown Salt Lake City.
All right, folks, welcome back out to the Salt Lake City Sports Complex here for the 2015 ACHA Division II National Championships. Day one of pool play. Kind of halfway over, moving toward being 3/4 over as we have just about 9 minutes left to go here or about 7 minutes, left to go here in this game with William Paterson being in control 5-0 over Boise State. Over on the other rink, we it's 2-1 Florida Gulf Coast to go over Northeastern. Later tonight, Missouri State, Utah, and Lindenwood, Miami. Some scores for earlier today. Michigan State upset Arizona State 6-5 after being down at 1 point 4-1 and 5-2. A little trouble with Toledo winning 7-1. NYU knocked off NAU 3-1, and Grand Valley beat Liberty in overtime 4-3. So we're back underway with 7:22 left to go. Boise on the attack. Tries to get it up, looking for the hard angle shot. Had a guy backdoor, tried to swipe it, couldn't quite get it in. And it comes back out just above the dot. Nice dive play to knock it out there by William Paterson. There's a 2-on-1 coming the other way for the Pioneers. Shot right in on Bennett. Throw it front, shot, and Bennett stops it. Backhander, throw it right off the post, and he holds on to it. No goal by the official.
3 saves there. 3 saves there.
And he's excited about that.
And you know what? I mean, he really, it's he really has been the highlight for Boise State.
He has played very well, and I really think that going forward with him, if they can find a way to eliminate maybe about 10 shots against him in this game, figuring there's probably the 35 to 40 range, they might be able to stay in the games that they play over the weekend.
If you took 5 shots away, it'd be 0-0.
That's deep. It's deep.
Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts.
Yeah.
Bringing it up now is Costello. Costello's going to gain the line. Doesn't have the numbers, so he'll shoot it at Schoppler, and he comes rushing in as that's gloved down.
And you know what? That is not a bad play if then you can actually generate offense off the face-off. And we saw with Michigan State in the game earlier today. Michigan State really seemed to be flat for the second half of both the first and the second period, and then exploded in the second half of the third period. But Michigan State was able to gain offensive chances when they got the face-off in their offensive zone. But here for the Broncos, that is not so much the case.
So Boise State has it. That was played by a high stick, but they say play on as it looks like Boise State was able to grab a piece of it, and that Benton will just grab that and stop the play as coming in was a Pioneer. So we get a face-off deep inside the Boise State zone with 6:23 left to go. I think the scorekeeper's trying to get a little tired too. It's their third game as they just gave a shot to Boise State on that right there. And the last shot that came in on Bennett. And another shot. So this is how they're going to even it out right here. Every time the William Paterson gets a shot, it's going to count for Boise State. Coming in shot, this one comes in on Bennett. With 6:20 left to go. So we'll do it all over again. Eric Simone is the face-off man for the Pioneers, and they win it, and they'll dump it in deep, circling around to get it.
That's the third one they won. Third face-off they won there in a row.
Puck is now thrown in deep. They actually made that change, Rasty. They changed it on the fly up there on the score, on the goal shots on goal. That's the kind of quality level we have here at Utah's Valley Sports Complex. Puck is now dumped in, turned around by William Paterson. Going to play it high off the boards. Coming in, gaining the zone, bringing it in, trying to get themselves at least one more goal here. This comes flying in. Wow, taking a bang, and the whistle's going to be blown as the net's off. As coming in on the fly was Allen West, and he made contact with and the net came off.
I'm going to tell you something. Bennett is going to sleep good tonight. I mean, that's the most shots I've seen in any of the 5 games that have gone on today. And, his team has really done him no favors in terms of mitigating the amount of rubber he's seen today. And you know what? I think he's been as good as he's needed to be at his position today. But really, just incredibly outshot. For all conceivable purposes, they're outshot 2-1, right?
Stepping over is Boise State trying to get something here before the end of the game. Thrown in front of the net, nobody home, but the Pioneers throw for a long pass, dumped over, no call by the official. That's going to go for icing. I think that they felt that possibly number 20, Kyle Garlasco, may have embellished that just a little bit as he was going over. In fact, he was talking to the official, talking to him, maybe saying he fell a little bit crazily there. Looked like he'd been shot out of a cannon.
Well, you could actually see the marks on the ice as he went down. He probably slid for about 80 feet on his knees and just had his hands like, what gives, bro?
Face off one forward by Boise State. They're able to gain control of it. Thrown in front, shot right in on Schoppler, but it sails wide. Coming around now to the point, trying to get something. Here's another shot. Top score as they break through the glass, as Rasty talked about, and able to make it on their 21st shot. Bury the puck, and is now 5-1.
And you know what? I'm very happy for him. The monkey's off their back now. They can score on the number 1 seeded team. They're still in an incredible hole and outshot 2-1, but maybe that'll give them a little shot of confidence. And there's actually, as we look over to our right, a large number of fans here.
Yeah, of all ages. Shot comes in. No, you don't see a lot of little kids at the games.
I like to see kids that are interested in hockey before they can walk. That's what I like. That's dedication. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, puck going in, now being fought over just about at the hash marks. Both teams trying to get a hold of it, come back out to center ice, dump back in, hits off the backside of a Bronco.
One of them's actually wearing a T-shirt that says, "I don't care about walking, I want to learn how to skate." That's what I like.
It's good Canadian right there. Stepping through and trying to get a hold of it. There are the Broncos. Another shot in on Shopler. He's going to blocker that down. Stepping out is William Paterson, but they lose the puck and it'll be dumped back in as we go under 4 minutes left to go in this third period.
Joe Balance is not going to be very happy with, I think, the effort of his team. William Paterson this period has actually been fairly flat, and I think their effort's going to have to be.
Here's a chance backdoor. Bennett has it swept away on the rebound. Good play by the defensive player. And we do see the Boise State's got a little bit more pep in their step after getting that goal, kind of getting their time here after all this back and forth and basically shooting as much as they possibly can and not getting it through. And they finally be able to beat Shopler. And with now 22 shots, they can try to build on that tomorrow as they'll take on Miami of Ohio and then finish off against Lindenwood on Sunday. For William Paterson, for them tomorrow, they'll be their game will be at 5:30 Mountain Time against Lindenwood, and then on Sunday they will be the final game of pool play as they will take on Miami at 8:30 Mountain Time. That is 10:30 Eastern and 9:30 Central. And if you do have,
and it's midnight in Newfoundland for our friends listening in Newfoundland.
William Paterson has it behind their own net. Now are able to finally come out with it. They're just going to feel content to saucer it out, just flip it right out to center ice. And if I was them with 2:55 left, that's what I would be doing.
I don't think their coach is going to be too happy, though, to be honest with you.
At the end of this game, we'll be getting a player interview while Rusty McGill will be heading down, hopefully getting a chat with the goaltender for William Paterson, Mr. Gary Shopler, on a great game for him. And they'll be able to start William Paterson on another run, but they hope will be allowing them to be on the Final Four on Monday. And once you get to the Final Four, anything can happen. As we've seen over these past 10 years, some teams we thought would be there on the final day weren't, and some teams that were, there were surprises, ended up getting a chance to raise the cup at the end of the year. This one goes high up off the netting with just over 2 minutes left to go in the third period.
As you say, 2:02 left to go in this third period. Shots are 40-22 in favor of William Paterson. William Paterson has really dominated this game from start to finish, scoring at the 1 minute mark of the first period and really no looking back. A scoreless second period and 1 goal apiece here in the third period as each team knotting one. And really, as we said, Boise State getting the monkey off their back with their first goal at a national tournament level here just minutes ago.
Delayed offsides there allows Boise State to clear the zone. They'll be able to get it in and try to see if they can pot one more before the end, but back comes William Paterson. Driving in fast, there's a shot. This one sails wide of Bennett. It looked like it went off the defenseman's stick. Now back up to the point. It's thrown back in, right in front, thrown in, and turned away by Bennett. Great stop there as Daniel Sabato was standing right there. This one goes in all the way, it wraps around, and with 1:21 left go, we do see University of Utah getting ready. They'll be playing on this rink after this game, as their game was due to start 7:30 Mountain Time. That is 11:30 Hawaii time. So with that icing, now bring it all the way down to the Bronco side with 1:14 left to go. So after today, William Paterson will be guaranteed to at least be standing on the top of their pool, if could possibly, worst case scenario, tied with somebody. Best case, they can find a way to be just by themselves at the top after day one, which is where you want to be. Going into the second day, you know you got some work you got to do, but it's nice being at the top, and it will eventually, at the end of the Northeastern FGCU game, we will have that pool completed, and 3 pools will be in the books, and only 1 pool will remain. Face-off gone to the glove side of Shopler. 1-4, and this was going to be thrown all the way down. Bennett's going to have to play it, so that'll keep the clock running here with 53 seconds left. He's holding on to it. He's doing some nice little moves there with his stick. And he almost falls into his own net as he was trying to put his stick back up, further up on his hand. Coming through, sliding through, being able to avoid that hit was Boise State, trying to get it in deeper there by Smith. Now back up to the point. Looking to try to get something here late. Backdoor, couldn't, Buck jumps over his stick, couldn't quite handle it there. Now he's going to try to dipsy-do and go around, shot, and this one sails up wide, goes to the far side on the goal line. 20 seconds left to go here in this game. Digging it out, trying to dig it out. Now coming up with it, trying to get it across now, and picked up there by Chapman. Chapman fakes the shot, goes around, gets tripped up. No, refs say no call, and here comes a chance for Galasco. As he shoots it, it sails wide. And now you got a little pushing and shoving afterwards. And that'll do it as that ends. That was good. It looked like it was getting a little chippy there, but both teams let it go. And as is customary, win or lose, you go out and shake the hand and give a hug to your goaltender who led you through the entire game. And with that, William Paterson begins their run for the national championship with an impressive 5-1 win over Boise State. And as teams line up, we'll let you know that remaining today on this rink, on the West Rink at 7:30 Mountain Time, it will be Missouri State, the 2 seed out of the Central, taking on Utah, the number 3 seed, and the host team. And then rounding out our night over on the East Rink at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, it will be Lindenwood against Miami of Ohio, which will finish off this pool for these 2 teams, and they'll see where they end up. For Boise State, get some rest, get some water, get some time to regroup, and get ready to take on Miami of Ohio, who is the number 2 seed out of the Southeast and a very, very good team out of the GMHL. And for William Paterson, they will also rest and get some water, and they'll take on Lindenwood out of the Central, perennial national team, and they will try to see if they can push their way up to possibly a 4-0 and get a stranglehold on the pool. Rest is going to try to get a interview with Gary Shopler, the goaltender for William Paterson. So let's go down to Rasty right now.
Rasty McGibbon, Gary Shopler, the goaltender for William Paterson. First one's done. Tell me what your thoughts were on the game.
First period, we came out really hard. Second period, maybe a little bit of slump. Third was just middle, but I'm really happy with the guys. We really pushed through this game. I really like the way we played, and just got to bring it to the next game and keep it going.
When you go into the locker room, probably the tempo that you experienced today is not quite what you would see back home. So how do you keep the guys amped up for, probably this is going to be the easiest game in your pool. How do you keep them amped up for the next 2 days?
It's nationals. You can't take any team lightly out here. We're all trying to go for the same thing. It's like the NHL. Everyone's fighting for one thing, and we all want it. And you can't take any days off. No bad days here.
I think you put it very, very good. In the first period, you guys came out very hard, and from seeing you guys in previous nationals, that's really what we would have expected you. The second 2 periods dropped off a bit. Any changes you think from a coaching perspective need to be made, or just stick to the game plan?
I think stick to the game plan. Just we got a little bit away from our game. Second period, I think, with penalties and really not playing the way we used to play. And I just think we need to take the good and bad from this game. Mostly, there's a lot of good, but just forget about the second period. And I think we should keep it the same, though, for the most part.
You guys are a long way from home. I've driven through Paterson, living in New York City before. Anybody you want to say hello to back home?
Yeah, I want to say hi to my family, everyone that couldn't make it out here, my girlfriend, grandparents, everyone, dogs, everyone back in Jersey, and let's try to bring it home to New Jersey this weekend.
Very good. Thanks very much for this, and good luck the next 2 days.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you a lot. David, back to you.
Thank you very much, Rasty. Thank you very much, Rasty. Once again, the final score, William Paterson 5, Boise State 1. You're listening to the ACHA Division II National Championships from Salt Lake City, Utah on Utah Game Day Live. We'll be back with the Missouri State and Utah in about an hour or so. Thank you very much.